back, boys, for another episode of the weekly dab of football. We got goals, we got memes, all the best moments from this week in the football world, including this right here. We had an unreal week of football. Manchester United upset by Grimsby Town. This man right here is never cutting his hair. Also in MLS this week, the Leagues Cup final in Luis Suarez caught spitting on an opposing player. We got VAR robbing Fulham. Jamie Vardy on his way to Italy. There is so much to talk about this week, boys. Let's get into it. Roll the freaking intro. 3 episodes in a row, boys. I've remembered my password on this channel. We are consistent for once. Make sure you guys are subscribed to a new weekly dab of football episode every Tuesday. As always, we start this show going inside the Premier League. We're gonna get you caught up on every single Premier League match this week, starting with Liverpool versus Arsenal, the match of the week. Eze making his debut for Arsenal, but it would be Liverpool stealing the show. Check out the free kick from Szoboszlai in the 83rd minute to win it. Liverpool top Arsenal 1-0. Anfield, of course, absolutely erupting after this winner. A crazy free kick. Boys, Liverpool are starting to become unfair. After that match, they announced the signing of this man, Isak, however you say it. 130 mil for this man. Look at this Liverpool attack now. They have Gakpo, they have Ekitike, they have Isak, they have Salah, they have Wirtz. They add Szoboszlai in there who can score goals. I don't see at this point how Liverpool don't win the Prem. If they somehow lose it, man, after all the money they've spent. Moving on to Sunderland versus Brentford, where Sunderland at the Stadium of Light get themselves a 96-minute game-winning goal. I love Sunderland, man. Honestly, when FC26 rolls around, I want to do a Sunderland career mode so bad. And this next match right here, another late winner in the upset of the week. Brighton takes down Manchester City. City fall last week to Spurs. Now they lose to Brighton. Brighton ended up winning that one 2-1. James Milner also scored a penalty in that match. This is a hilarious moment. This is Palace versus Villa. Palace win 3-0, but this was Sar right here. Scored a goal, went down injured, or was he injured? Dude scored, faked an injury. All his teammates are concerned. They're like, is he all right? He's not moving. And then immediately gets up and sprints to the corner flag to celebrate. The fake injury celebration, sure, yeah, why not? All right, now how about this? The most controversial moment potentially of the week right here. Fulham right here go up early on Chelsea, 1-0 in this game, but VAR would say otherwise. In the build up to that goal, VAR ruled this a foul, and then the goal was disallowed. Okay, VAR has been so controversial this year, and I mean ever since honestly it was implemented into football, but this came out after the match. Basically, they said that VAR made a mistake and that goal should have been allowed. I don't understand the point of VAR. Like, sometimes it works out really well, honestly. Like, there are a ton of moments where VAR is great. But then there are moments like this, man, where it's like, what's the point of using it if after the match you're going to review it again and be like, oh yeah, no, actually, we shouldn't have allowed that. But yeah, Chelsea would win this game 2-0. Joao Pedro would get himself a goal right here. That VAR moment completely like changed the game. Chelsea obviously ended up winning. They might have still won even if that goal was allowed. But yeah, the decision changed the game completely. Speaking of Chelsea, this man is set to be joining Chelsea. Alejandro Garnacho in for 54 mil from United. I don't know how I feel about this one as a Chelsea fan, man. We just bring in so many players at this point. Like, he could be all right, I guess. I don't know, for 54 mil. I don't love the transfer, but I don't know. I question so many things Chelsea do at this point. All right, on to Everton Wolves. Everton get the win. How about this man, Jack Grealish, man? Gets himself another assist. Last week, I called him Jack Grealish. Boys, I'm an American. I mispronounce everyone's name. If you don't like that about me, you probably just shouldn't watch this channel. I'll call him Grealish, though, from this point on. That is my bad. Yeah, Everton beat Wolves 3-2. But we talked a bit about this last week. This dude, Jack Grealish, is fitting in perfectly at Everton. I feel like when he was at City, kind of got lost in the fold. He was like a mid-tier player, you know, for a big club. Now he is like a superstar for Everton. The fans love him. He seems to just like fit in perfectly. Everton fans in the comments, what are your thoughts so far on my man Jack? On to Bournemouth Spurs. That a big 1-0 win for Bournemouth. This was the only goal of the match. Spurs go from a big win last week beating City to losing to Bournemouth. On to United versus Burnley, where Bruno Fernandes from the penalty spot. Would he score this one? Yes, he would. Fernandes with a 90th minute penalty winner for United. They would win this game 3-2. Congrats, United. You won a game in the Prem, man. Unreal. And then we end with the Nottingham Forest West Ham game. 83rd minute, this game was 0-0. 7 minutes later, in the 90th minute, it would be 3-0 West Ham. West Ham get their first win of the year, and yeah, just a lot of late goals in that one. 3 games down and only 3 unbeaten teams left in the Premier League, which is wild. Chelsea, Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, top 4, and then the bottom 4, Fulham, Villa, and Wolves. Okay, up next, we are going around the world. Champions League draw was this week, but I'm gonna be honest, I honestly couldn't care less. Does anyone actually like care about the draw now that the groups are gone? I feel like it's I don't know, the hype is gone for me at least. I mean, don't get me wrong, there will be big matches. Like here's Chelsea's draw. They're gonna play Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Napoli, Ajax. We're gonna get to see PSG Bayern, PSG Barcelona, PSG Spurs, Newcastle. Maybe I'm just old, but like the groups were so much more exciting. I don't know. It is cool to see each team play 8 different teams, but what do you guys think? I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. This was a cool moment though. Watch this reaction from what is one of the smallest clubs in the Champions League this year. This is a club called Kolrat Almaty. I don't even know how to say their name. They are one of the smallest teams in the tournament this year, and this is their reaction to finding out that they just drew Real Madrid. I don't know if they'll be cheering like that when they actually play Madrid, but this is the craziest part. They are located in Kazakhstan, so all the teams that have to travel to play them at their home ground basically have to go across the entirety of Europe. This is going to be one of the longest away days in European football. We also got a crazy here we go this week. Jamie Vardy is moving to the Serie A in Italy. This is hilarious. Here's how he was greeted, man. He arrived and fans, of course, we're waiting for him. No security either. The fans just like stormed the van that he pulled up in. There you go. He's signing some autographs. This was the funniest part though. Okay, watch him sign this shirt, and then this Italian fan, for some reason, this next guy has a tattoo of Vardy on his leg. And of course, Vardy signs it. Jamie Vardy in Italy is going to be fun to watch. Okay, up next, poor Jose Mourinho, man, has just been sacked from Fenerbahce. The 4th club in a row this man has been sacked from. He said now he wants to go back to the Premier League. People are calling for him to go manage an MLS. At this point, being sacked 4 times in a row. Does Mourinho still have it in him, man? He might be finished. And we end around the world with this. Shout out to Rayo Vallecano, who have just qualified for European competition for the first time in 25 years. That is all from around the world. 60 seconds in America is up next. And we have one of the most crazy things to happen in American football all year. This is one of the wildest stories. So sit back and let's roll the timer. Okay, so this week in the U.S. was the Leagues Cup Final. Seattle played Miami. The Leagues Cup Final is a new tournament. This is like the 2nd or 3rd year they're doing it, and it's basically the best teams in the U.S. versus the best teams in Mexico. And this game was in Seattle, and I mean, massive turnout. Almost 70,000 fans showed up for this final. You could see, I mean, just absolutely packed stadium, and Seattle would dominate. This goal here would put them up 3-0. They would win 3-0, and Miami players, specifically Luis Suarez, was not happy about losing. Towards the end of the game, you can see him spitting on one of the technical staff for Seattle. Would you expect anything less from Luis Suarez? Here's the close-up shot. I mean, clearly gets spit on. We slow this down. Look at the slow motion spit take. And then it got bad after that. I'm gonna have to blur this just because I feel like I shouldn't show it, but there was some punches thrown. There was some fighting. There was some shoving between the two teams. But first off, I mean, GG's to Seattle, who like, clearly were the better team in this game. They won 3-0. But yeah, 0 excuses from Suarez. I'm interested to see what happens, like what the league is going to do if they're going to suspend him. I feel like they have to, right? Meanwhile, Youngmin's son is enjoying America. He threw out the first pitch at the LA Dodger game. And look at this. The man can throw a baseball, dude. Perfect strike. All right, that was 60 seconds in America. We definitely went over, but oh my. That Leagues Cup final was wild. Up next, boys, our goals of the week. And we're going back to America. How about a college soccer goal? Look at this bicycle kick. That was the College of New Haven, who are more so known for their pizza. All right, one of you guys sent me this goal from Morocco in this volley. Now, that was scored last week, but I forgot to include it. But yeah, one of you guys sent me this goal. And then shout out this guy called Mr. Curry. He also sent me this goal. This was Watford against Southampton, a late equalizer from a free kick. Here's the thing. I feel like I always read comments from you guys about things I didn't talk about in the football world. I'm only just one man. I don't know everything that happens in football. I can't watch every match in the world, so I need you guys to send me clips, send me goals. All right, we had a nice goal from Wrexham here in the League Cup. Look at this. Hurler from the corner. All right, nice goal in MLS from this DC United player. Takes a touch and bangs it off the post and in. And then this next clip is not going to be a goal, but rather a goal line clearance. Look at this from Real Madrid this week, this goal line clearance. Absolutely unreal in this close-up angle. Look at that. Incredible. That's all for the goals. Send me yours, please. I want to get like 10 goals a video, man. DM me on Twitter or just like tag me in the goal on Twitter or Instagram or anything, man. I'll be scrolling through my DMs, please. Meme mode is now up next. All right, Nicholas Jackson is starting meme mode. He is officially going to Bayern Munich from Chelsea, but this Nicholas Jackson transfer saga is in meme mode for a reason. Here's how it went. The transfer got announced. The deal then went off. Then it got announced again. Then it went off again, and now it's back on again. So I don't know what to believe. This was literally a live look at Nicholas Jackson's plane as he was moving to Bayern and then going back to Chelsea and then moving to Bayern again. The dude didn't know where to go, but it is now official. I think he's going to Bayern. All right, next, check out this sequence in the Serie A. This is a FIFA moment right here. Look at the saves and misses, and we're gonna figure out how Inter didn't score right here. Header cleared, ball still bouncing around, goal line clearance, ball still in the box. They're desperately trying to clear it. Inter trying to just get a foot on the ball to put it on target, and then another miss. That is the definition of an EAFC or FIFA moment right there. All right, Bayer Leverkusen up next with the all-time troll on Twitter. During the Champions League draw, they tweeted, "Just hoping we don't get Grimsby." Yes, if you missed it, Manchester United lost to Grimsby Town in the League Cup. We'll get to that in a minute. This week in the Leeds United game, we had an E.T. sighting. You guys even know E.T.? That movie is so old. The kids even know what that is nowadays. Okay, another player caught with their pants down, this time in the Serie A. You guys have watched every episode of this show this season, man. We've seen this so many times. Every week, there's a player who get their pants pulled down in some league, one way or another. And we end with this. You're going to want to watch the kid that goes behind the goal right here. Dude, I think he tried to make a save through the net. Look at this, cross played in. It ends up being a goal, but the kid doesn't realize the net's there and just tries to dive through it. It doesn't work. All right, boys, let's end this video with the BFord's Ballon d'Or. Each week, we give out a Ballon d'Or trophy to a team, a player, a fan who does something Ballon d'Or worthy. We've saved it to the very end. This is the moment that Grimsby beat United on penalties right here. The missed penalty off the crossbar. Grimsby Town. I don't even know if we call it an upset at this point with the way United have been playing, but they beat United. Absolute scenes after the match. They, had to be a pitch invasion. Absolutely had to. Grimsby Town get BFord's Ballon d'Or this week. It just had to be. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Every Tuesday, we are posting. Click to watch a video that YouTube is recommending to me. Also, please, if you're still around and watching, let me know any other type of content we should be posting on this channel. This show's every Tuesday, but I'd like to maybe do 1 or 2 other uploads. What do you guys want to see? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you next week.